He laughed at a $1 million challenge, then a black teen healed him in seconds. He stood at the edge of the polished marble floor, eyes fixed on the towering figure in front of him. The millionaire leaned back in his designer chair, a smirk playing across his face, and tossed a challenge into the room as if it were a game. "Heal me for $1 million, he laughed, his voice echoing against the glass walls. Around them, the assistants and onlookers chuckled nervously, unable to reconcile the audacity of the young black boy standing there, barely more than a teenager. But he did not flinch. There was a quiet intensity in his gaze, a calm that seemed to push back against the arrogance in the room. He had grown up in a neighborhood where belief in oneself was not a luxury but a survival tool, and he carried that resolve now as if it were armor. The millionaire's laughter had a sharp edge, the kind of laughter that masks skepticism with superiority. "Do you even understand what you're asking? Healing is not a parlor trick," he said, tilting his head, studying the boy like a specimen under a microscope. But the boy did understand. He had watched, learned, and practiced quietly, mastering his gift in the shadows where no one would take notice. From the time he was a child, he had felt the world's doubts pressing down on him, whispers that questioned his worth, his talent, his very presence. And yet, with every whisper, he had grown stronger, learning that validation would not come from those who doubted him, it had to come from within. Now, it was his turn to let the world witness that strength. The room fell silent when he stepped closer, the polished shoes of the millionaire glinting under the bright lights. He raised his hands, not with theatricality, but with precision, and placed them gently over the man's chest. There was a charged stillness in the air, a tension that seemed almost physical. The assistants shifted uncomfortably, some glancing at the doors as if considering an escape from the growing weight of the moment. Seconds passed, 10, 20, 30, and then a subtle shift. The millionaire's eyes widened, a gasp caught in his throat, and his body, rigid and controlled, seemed to relax as if a heavy burden had been lifted. It was instantaneous, yet profound, the kind of moment that defies logic, challenges belief, and demands acknowledgement. The laughter that had filled the room moments earlier was gone. In its place was stunned silence, a collective intake of breath as the millionaire struggled to comprehend what had just occurred. He looked down at the boy, his earlier arrogance replaced by a fragile mixture of awe and disbelief. How did you?" he began, but the words faltered. The boy merely nodded, a quiet confidence radiating from him, an understanding that his gift was never about spectacle, never about proving superiority, it was about healing, about changing lives. In that brief, electric moment, the millionaire realized that he had underestimated not just the boy, but the quiet, indomitable strength that came from years of perseverance, focus, and self-belief. And the room, once filled with derision, now recognized something far greater than wealth, true power, rooted in purpose and passion, transcending money and mocking doubt. Word of the miracle spread like wildfire, first through whispers, then through headlines, and finally across social media platforms, carrying the story of the boy who had healed a millionaire in mere seconds. But for him, the attention was never the goal. The boy returned to his neighborhood, to the streets and faces that had shaped him, carrying a quiet pride that could not be measured in dollars or fame. He walked past the old basketball courts, the corner stores, and the homes with chipped paint, knowing that every step of his journey had been a lesson in resilience. While the world marveled at what he had done, he understood the deeper truth: real strength was forged in adversity, not applause. As invitations to speak and demonstrate his gift arrived, he maintained the same humility he had always known. Each person he helped became a reminder of why he had worked in the shadows for so long, perfecting his craft, waiting for a moment that would test not just his skill but his character. The millionaire, now forever changed, became an advocate, sharing the story not for self-glorification but to highlight the boy's extraordinary talent. And yet, the boy remained grounded, refusing to let the attention define him. He understood that power wielded without purpose could be fleeting, but when rooted in service, it was transformative. This realization kept him centered, even as the world tried to pull him in directions driven by greed, envy, or sensationalism. Every encounter thereafter reinforced his sense of mission. Families came seeking healing, communities invited him to share wisdom, and skeptics arrived hoping to witness failure. But he greeted each challenge with the same calm confidence that had silenced the millionaire's laughter. Each success became a testament to the unseen hours of practice, the silent moments of doubt overcome, and the unwavering belief that one could rise above the limitations society imposed. It was more than a gift, it was a responsibility. And in fulfilling it, he reminded the world that greatness is not a product of circumstance, but of courage, dedication, and a refusal to be diminished by anyone else's disbelief. Years later, he would be remembered not only for that single, miraculous moment but for the life he dedicated to others afterward. The boy who had once been underestimated became a symbol, a living proof of what happens when talent meets perseverance, when pride is rooted in purpose rather than ego, and when courage challenges ridicule. His story continued to inspire countless individuals, especially young black boys and girls who had been told that their dreams were too big or too impossible. And in every telling of the tale, there was an undeniable truth: the world often laughs at those it does not understand, but genuine strength, skill, and heart will always speak louder than doubt. The millionaire had laughed, yes, but in the end, the boy's quiet mastery had spoken volumes, echoing far beyond the walls of that room, reshaping perceptions, and leaving a legacy of pride, courage, and hope.